It's a point I'll take. Honorable Khama.
No, Chair, before I get to my issues, while I'm on my 10%, probably one must recommend that you must look into other avenues as a way of getting the message across. There is a narrative in the public space that creates an impression that colours are not accommodated. Ne? And there is a narrative that they are deliberately being excluded. When in actual fact, the reality of the matter is that there is a lack of information getting across to them. So you probably must look into your other ways of communicating the issue of inclusion of other races so that we are able to strike a balance, so that tomorrow when we engage on this matter, we are at least able to demonstrate that the university is willing to deal with this issue of transformation. I just wanted to indicate that one. Chair, let me go. I'll indicate who must respond to my questions. CFO, I think one of the members has indicated that you are a committee of parliament. When you appear before parliament, the expectation is that you should be honest. And anything that you say that contradicts honesty or the truth will then be taken to task. And I'm going to plead with you, Chairperson, that at some point we'll have to do example. Because most of these universities are presenting before us and typically they are lying to us. I'm going to plead with you not to lie to me. I see you have put on a rosary there. Expectation is that you are a Christian, but we are going to put that to test. You said you are, when you were introducing yourself, you said that you are an acting DVC and a CFO. Did I hear you correctly?
The CFO position is my substantive position. Currently, I'm occupying only the position of Deputy Vice Chancellor Operations.
So you are acting as a Vice Chancellor?
Sorry, Deputy Vice Chancellor Operations.
Deputy Vice Chancellor Operations.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So in which capacity are you here in? As a DVC or as a CFO?
I was tasked to address both the areas of finance and of infrastructure as was requested. My colleague, who is the acting chief financial officer, will not be here with us. Honourable Member, I'm addressing both.
Okay, thank you very much. CFO, how long have you been the CFO at the university?
Shy of 8 years now.
It's 8 years.
Yeah. But
thank you very much. 8 years, 8 years. No, let us not go to town unnecessarily. What is your highest qualification, CFO?
I've got a PhD in finance, if you consider that to be the highest.
Okay. Where did you acquire your qualifications?
I've got a number of universities.
Let's speak about your PhD that you have just made the reference.
PhD is from the Gordon Institute of Business Sciences, that's the University of Pretoria.
Okay. No, thank you very much, CFO. I want to check with you. When you are paying a certificate for the work done, how do you verify whether the amount is aligned to the certificate that has been submitted?
I'll give you an example. For example, the 2,000 beds that we have spoken about, there is a principal agent who verifies the work. He's an engineer. The company doing that is Royal Asconi. They go through that. They make a presentation to all the funders that sit in a room through a
CFO, let's stop there.
Yeah.
That attitude of prolonging your responses with an intention of confusing me, it's a Christmas you'll never see from me. I'm asking you, in a minute or two,
yeah,
how are you conducting? You receive a certificate, you verify, you go on site, or you send someone as part of the delegation, then they bring you a report, then you press enter. I just want that explanation.
No, okay. So when we're making payments, the user department is the one that confirms that work has been delivered. So we match the order against the invoice and the confirmation of the work having been delivered.
Okay.
It's called the three-way.
So do you want to tell me that out of all the payment certificate that you have processed, we will not find anything whereby you have overpaid the contractor in line or not necessarily having assessed the work done? Or basically, let me make it simple. You want to tell me that in all of the payments that you have done, it is aligned to the work on site? Even if you can make an assessment of the progress, it's aligned?
Chair, all the work that we have paid for would have been confirmed by the user department. Obviously, if there's misrepresentation, that could have happened, but we are quite comfortable that our systems are robust when it comes to that.
Thank you very much. I'm raising this because of, I think, Institutional Forum made an allegation that, number one, you are colluding with service providers. You are having an unholy relationship with service providers to an extent that you are prolonging payments, you are prolonging projects. There is an allegation of the swimming pool project. How much did it cost us there?
Chairperson, I don't recall the figure.
Okay, fine. When you don't recall the figure, you'll submit it in writing. Eh?
Yeah.
When was the project started?
The project that is being referred to happened somewhere around 2022 or thereabouts.
Fine, include it on our report.
Yeah.
Is it usable? The swimming pool, is it usable after spending that money that you had spent? As a person who has approved payment, is it usable? Because there are allegations that it is not usable.
To my knowledge, Chairperson, currently is not being used and is not usable.
It's not usable, thank you very much.
Yeah, that's
it's not
to my
usable.
knowledge right now, yes.
It's not usable. My understanding is that its condition does not allow Penny Hayes to go and swim there.
Yeah, because it has been more than 3 years since it was
Thank you very much. Meaning that government have spent money on a project that they cannot benefit from the fruits of that project.
No, Chairperson, I need to clarify this.
No, don't clarify, don't clarify.
No.
I'll ask you to clarify if any needs arise.
Okay.
I'll ask you to give us a detailed report of all projects that you have conducted for the past 5 years. Give us a detailed report. Include the project name, the scope of work, the project time frame, when did it start, when was it supposed to start, the budget, the initial budget and the augmented budget, including the project management team. Because largely there is a challenge of your project management. It has been proven otherwise. Do you have a maintenance plan now that the allegations, in fact, there is a view that the infrastructure has aged. Do you have a maintenance plan in your current budget?
Chairperson, there is a maintenance plan that we present.
Thank you very much. How much
but,
is
I need to indicate that it is in its infancy. Our maintenance department has been identified as one of the weakest points of the university. And we're in the process
CFO,
of turning
don't
it
play
around.
that game with me. When I raise my hand, you must know that I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you very much. You'll force me to stop you in the process. You said that you don't have a maintenance plan.
We have got, but
got.
it's not fully funded because of the deferred maintenance that we have got and other issues. Like the honourable member indicated that just today we had our pipes leaking as we woke up this morning.
Fine.
So we have to spend money.
Is there
from
a
elsewhere
budget
to
in
fix
your
those.
budget? In your budget, is there budget kept aside for maintenance? I'm not sure, people of construction, is it 5% or 10% of your overall budget that must be kept aside for? If you say that it's not enough, why is it not enough?
We do have a budget. It's not enough because of the limitation of resources and also because of the aged infrastructure that we have got on campus. Like I indicated, our infrastructure is more than
You are the CFO,
50
ne?
years old, yes.
You are the CFO.
Yes,
You are a person of numbers.
that's true.
Yes. Why is it difficult to look into your assets that you have, and have a budget before you and be unable to reprioritize your budget as a way of refurbishing this aging? Remember, part of maintenance plan is to avoid the decay of the property.
Chair, our requirement for deferred maintenance alone is close to R1 billion, and our total operating costs for the university on an annual basis is far less than 600 million. So
Sharp.
we do not have the resources
Fine.
as much as we know what needs to
Do you have
be fixed.
reserves?
We do not have. Our reserves that we have can only cover us for a
No,
period of
don't
3
answer what I
months.
did not ask. Do you have reserves? Yes or no?
We do not have.
You don't have reserves?
Yes.
Let me allow you to cool down in the meantime. Let me go to the Deputy Chair of the Council. There are allegations of sexual harassment against the CFO. Is there any case of sexual harassment that you are aware of that is opened against the CFO?
I'm not aware of the case, Honourable Member, but those allegations that you are talking about are part of this investigation. They were in those anonymous.
So you are aware of the
reports.
allegations of sexual harassment?
Yes, I'm aware.
Barwa tshwara tshwara. Eh? Okay. Bari. Chef, can't what is happening here? Do you, Chairperson, can we clarify that you are not in a management meeting where you do as you wish here? Yeah, you are in Parliament. You are going to be held accountable in line with the accountability framework that is there. I'm going to plead with you to conduct yourself in a professional manner. Are you aware of the allegations of sexual harassment? I'm going to repeat myself. Are you aware of those allegations?
Honourable
Yes or
Member,
no?
I've said yes.
Oh,
from
thank
the-
you very much.
from
I
the
could not get
anonymous
you.
letters.
I could not get you because
Oh, I'm
the
sorry.
CFO wanted to misbehave here.
Okay.
and we'll attend to him decisively in no time. The appointment process of the Vice Chancellor is questioned. Why was in fact, the organized labor is arguing that in 2024, they have sent a request to form part of the labor recruitment processes in 2024. Is it in 2024 labor?
Correct, Chair.
Thank you very much.
2024 first time.
2024, and you are saying that the reason why they could not be accommodated in the recent process that included the appointment of the VCs because of the current policy does not allow their inclusion in the process. Between 2024 and 2025, what is it that you have done as a council to resolve the inclusion of the labor in the process?
Can I request the Secretary of Council, who is now the acting DVC, because I think this matter was before him,
No. You are a deputy, eh? And you said that you are standing here on behalf of the chair. Now, my question is directed to the council. Let me qualify my statement. Both the Labour and Institutional Forum have said that you have unholy, you know, one day I'll unpack this unholy. There are allegations of corruption in this relationship of yours. They are arguing that you are sidelining them. They are not included in anything as council. Now, my question is to you, as a deputy chair of council. What is it that you have done to include the organized labor in the process of recruitment? Are you the deputy chair? Are you the deputy chair? My question was specific.
Can I then answer, Honorable Member? I think I did answer this matter. That's why probably I wanted a different voice on the matter. 2024 is not too long. We are in 2025 now. To review a policy, Honorable Member, doesn't take 6 months.
How long does it take you?
Process.
Okay, ma. How long does it take you? I understand the interpretation or meaning of process. How long does it take you to review a policy?
Well, Honorable Chair, it depends on the parties that are involved.
All right. You are unable to respond that. How long does it take? 3 months, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, a year? You said that a year is not enough. How long does it take you?
No, I will give you an example. For the policy that the students were referring to, it was back and forth. In fact, that policy that they are talking about, it was sent to them as the SRC. It took 3 months for them, and there's been change in SRC. The new SRC wants to have their own say in the policy. So it depends from policy to policy. That policy took more than a year.
Thank you very much. I want to understand with you, Chairperson, this is my last one, I'm wrapping up. Just this one of policy reviewer, and I'll just submit my proposal. I want to understand with you, there are allegations that you are running or you are refusing to accept the advices of the institutional forum, as it has been alleged there. Second to that, it is alleged that you do not take into consideration the views or the role that key stakeholders like your labor and students must have in any process that speaks to the day-to-day running of the institution. I want to check with you, how do you conduct your policy review process? Agropalosi, you failed to respond to me on how long does it take you as an institution to review a policy. That one you have failed to respond. Which process do you embark on when reviewing a policy? And second to that, which stakeholders are left? Chairperson, I'm just left with one question, if you can allow me. I wanted to squeeze this one of the investigation, if you would allow me. You can respond in the meantime. I was talking to the chair.
Honorable Member, please know that the review of policy is in the remnant of management. It's not a council prerogative. It then comes to council to approve. Hence, I was referring you to the Secretary of Council to assist in this process, because we are not involved in the process.
Let me tell you, let me give you an example.
The policies.
Let me give you an example. we are not involved in the affairs of the minister. Ne? But in terms of the legal framework, the minister accounts to us as a portfolio committee. You are not involved, even though it is alleged that some of you are involved in the administration. In terms of the legal framework, you are not involved in the administration, but you hold the administration accountable. Now, as a person who had realized that there are certain policies that hamper the smooth running of the institution, to an extent that one of the critical components being labor has written to me, as a person who must hold management accountable, that there is a gray area, especially on areas of recruitment. That's why I'm asking you that question that is very simple. What is it that you have done between now and at the time when labor had raised an issue? But you can leave it, ma. Can leave it. I'll submit my question in writing and I'll expect you. My last question, my last shot. And in fact, it's aligned to yours. When you are dealing with this policy review, who does these reviews? Do you do them internally, or do you appoint an external service provider to conduct those revieal process? Maybe I must just guide it with the last one.
It's okay. Switch off the mic. Who is answering? We want the mic, yeah.
All right. Thank you. When we do a
See, don't come with that attitude to me.
but you're also coming with an attitude.
What attitude am I bringing?
You can talk to me respectfully.
What do
you
I
can also
do?
talk to me respectfully.
How am I disrespectful?
No, but you're not talking to
How
me.
am I disrespectful?
No, I do not accept it. You also have the right as a to be
How am I disrespectful?
Chair, the house is
Vice
degenerating.
Chancellor.
You must also
Chair.
Vice Chancellor. Vice Chancellor. Vice Chancellor. Why in a meeting in Parliament? Can you please not do that?
Chair.
Can you, I'm still addressing the Vice Chancellor. Switch off the mic there. I'll give you, I'm addressing the Vice Chancellor. But please, Vice Chancellor, let's respect our meetings. Because if you behave like this, I'm unable to protect you from members. You are now moving out of the protection that I have a responsibility to afford to all of you. And I've been standing here calling your name, Vice Chancellor, your title, but you are not helping yourself. Honorable Shugamba.
No, thank you, Chair. I think we need to protect this process, Chair. We cannot have a situation where we are going to have people exchanging words like that. And I take a concern of this issue because it's just that I respected my time. But in one of my questions was to ask her about the F words that she's using on their WhatsApp groups against the other staff. And this is what is actually being displayed now to say she loses it at some point and goes to other things. Thank you.
Okay. Honorable Long.
Chair, I think it is only fair that the Vice Chancellor must apologize, one, and she must relax. She's leading a big institution with bigger problems. If she's exploding with such a small thing, it means we've got a bigger problem and we'll have an issue. She's here to account to us, not the other way around. And we'll respect them. We'll always do that, but we'll never allow to be disrespected in our house in Parliament. She must apologize.
Thank you very much. You also want to add Honorable Mrs.
No, it's not adding, Chair, but I want to clarify something. Honorable Khabo was saying, Vice Chancellor, do not come with that attitude to me. That's not attacking the Vice Chancellor because he was precise on his question. So the response from the Vice Chancellor was rather unbecoming.
Yeah.
He did not attack him.
That's okay. Vice Chancellor, can you please withdraw the words that you would have said, even when I was calling you to order to restrain and you did not. Can you just please apologize to the meeting so that we can conclude?
I apologize to the meeting, Chair.
Sorry?
I apologize to the meeting, Chair.
Thank you very much. Chair of Council, No, it's fine. She was going to answer now. Chair of Court, do you guys have a sexual harassment policy?